Yeah. Yeah. Hold up, it ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door, I'm jumping the gate. Cause a starving stomach like being punched in the face. And an instrumental was the last time that I ate. Full from all of the bass. My ace boom going, big son told me about the game. 20 years later, know my name. King, crown me, lounge in the back of the spot. Pay homage to an underground peasant, climb to the top. Funny style on elevators could never fade us. I peep data stain anytime they congratulate us. Goggles is worn and bottles is popping. I'm Deion Sanders on haters, this ice bucket dropping over their head with it. They should have cred with it. You either fight or flight, I ain't one for the ledge living. I do it for the one that died but fed millions. With soul food flowed and stock my bad kitchen. I'm liberated. I drew a play that they ain't illustrated. I make a move, they gladly imitate it. I ain't flattered, I'm a dragon to your paper castle. The Alpha and Omega, promise it ain't nothing after. A new beginning. My catalog like James Earl Jones, the ever living. Imagine if I did make beats that's more for killing. Imagine if you come from the south out my city. You probably wouldn't make it, oh yeah, yeah, really. I go extra to be great. I go extra for the fam, I go extra for the cake. I got extras on the plate. I go extra every day, I got extras on the way. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. Ain't no mileage of $4 configure the road I travel. Don't gravel, that probably baffle it. Label scribble on paper, they wanna shackle it. I own my masters and royalties, you can't raffle it. Rich.
It's week 6 of the National Football League, and we've got Marshawn Lattimore, who's stating his place among the league's best with 6 picks this season. It's the Thunderbirds and the Chiefs, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Toronto Thunderbirds. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Toronto ball club as they enter play here. They're off to a terrific start, unbeaten at 5-0 through the first month and change.
And you can hang a lot of this early success on their defense, too. They're the tone setters for these guys, and the entire team feeds off of what they do.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Chiefs, they come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
I like this guy, and the reason I do, he tends to stand an even keel, doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed, take what the defense gives him, and then he can strike at times. Had a touchdown pass. Yes, he had an interception last week, but he found a way for his team to win.
To throw is Hughes, throwing to start the drive. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Up the middle they go. It's Chambers. And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to throw. Hughes. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up fourth.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. Jack Fox out to punt here on fourth down. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie. One of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
Mahomes now on first down. And that would go be off target and incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Mahomes. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Mahomes looks to throw on third down. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he will have a Chiefs first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that third down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
They'll run for the first time with Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. The numbers for him from a week ago: 21 carries, 66 yards.
There were some signs of life from their ground game last week, but overall, just a so-so performance. Everyone knows they can make a slight improvement how they contribute to this aspect of the offense. Linemen can set their blocks and hold them a little bit longer, and he can be quicker to the hole and hit a lane. If they do that, they should get some better numbers produced this week.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs first down. A couple of nice carries back-to-back here, establishing the ground game a bit.
Yeah, these aren't bare-bones runs now. I mean, they're getting substantial yardage, the kind of yards you're looking for, right? Let's go ahead and use a cliche. Stay ahead of the change, right? 5 or more yards each time. That's what you're looking for in setting a tone and getting your offensive line going.
Good sign on the opening drive. Mahomes now on first down. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Mahomes now to throw. It's Kelsey on the ground. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They go back to the ground with Edwards-Helaire. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, are going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Mahomes to throw. Touchdown! Juju Smith-Schuster, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3-and-out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football. All right, when you get a 3-and-out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And these guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Off the play fake, Hughes. He's got this, complete to Williams. The 20. And all the way in for the touchdown. Jameson Williams, 75 yards. And the Thunderbirds are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible. Matt Gay on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it was Jameson Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes looking for the out route here, and he's got Cooks. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver trying to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. Mahomes to throw once more. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And they're going to get this up to midfield. Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Mahomes on the give to Edwards-Helaire. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through them. On first down, Mahomes. And nowhere to fit that
football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Mahomes. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of the football. I gotta say, I was a little surprised to see Charles come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And again, it's Mahomes. That is caught by Smith-Schuster. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
On 2nd down, a run with Edwards-Helaire. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. To throw, it's Mahomes. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
We're talking about how teams are so competitively matched. You just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
He hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. So on 4th down, Mahomes off, Harrison Butker on for the Chiefs field goal. And this one will be a 29-yard attempt. Butker's kick here is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Toronto's offense ready to take over. And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively. To throw on 3rd down, Hughes. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Hughes now throwing on 1st down. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. So, Charles, you look at this offense, what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that ball to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. Touchdown! T.J. Hockenson, 52 yards, as his guys have now moved out in front. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Toronto in possession of the football. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And this is going to be incomplete. So on 4th down, kicking it away here, Michael Palardy. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. From the gun on 3rd down, Hughes. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a pickup of 6.
The tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is that right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
Now it's Hines. On a determined run there as he's going to take this all the way down near the 40. Call that a gain of 11. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 41. That throw into the arms of Allen. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Now Hughes looking to throw on 2nd down. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. And they'll be stopped at the 28. On a play that started at the 14, they pick up 14.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
They run with Hines. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3. And it's 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Hughes. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. inside the 5 to the 4. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one, picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback, and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
This is 3rd and goal. This Chiefs defense, they're giving it all they got. Operating from the gun, Hughes. And it's caught. Touchdown. Keenan Allen from 3 yards out. And they're able to add on to their advantage. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that makes it a 21-10 game. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it was Keenan Allen who finished it all off with the touchdown reception. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. KC's offense ready to take over. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Edwards-Helaire. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. On 2nd and 9. Mahomes. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
They've looked his way quite a bit, and in my estimation, as well they should.
So that's now 5 catches in this first half alone.
And he picks up another 1st down. He's been an important part of their offense here early.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in-vogue plays, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
And he's going to take this one down to about the 46-yard line. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 7. They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and they'll bring up 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped him for no gain.
On 4th down, Michael Pilardi on to punt. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Their quarterback leading this offense back out. He had the touchdown pass on the last drive, his 3rd already in this first half, as he'll try again with a 1st down. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen takes this one up past the 20 after he's able to make a man miss.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. 3 yards remain for second down. Looking to throw. Hughes. The pass underneath. Here's Hines with it. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. That one a first down pickup of 8.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that earns him a fresh set of downs. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes. Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that one going to come up short, low throw. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He finds his target, Allen. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 38-yard line. Back to throw again. This is caught by Williams. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. And that's a ball that he is going to want to keep, his first career interception in the National Football League.
And I love what teams do when that happens. You bring the ball to the sideline, the equipment guy grabs it, he puts a piece of tape on it, writes on it so that you know what it is, and then they tuck it away so that you can have it for later and put it on your mantle. Pretty good deal for him right there. Now he's eager to get back out on the field and get his second one.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 37. Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Looking to throw again on second down. Mahomes, no hesitations, they go right back to Kelsey. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Mahomes' throw complete there to Smith-Schuster. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Butker's kick here is good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach turned his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was the visiting Bucs who were able to come in and win one on the road.
Derek Carr, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for KC in that first half. And they've had plenty of success throwing the football so far this afternoon, as they're on pace to throw for over 300 yards if their form holds. Meanwhile, for our home team, they too were able to take advantage of a soft secondary, as both of these two teams really threw the ball at will in that first half.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Mahomes going to leave it with Edwards-Helaire on the draw. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Mahomes now to throw. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Palardy now on to punt as he sends this one away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. He finds his man, complete. It's Chambers.
Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
Hughes to throw on 2nd down. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
Looks again for T.J. Hockenson, and he's got him again.
They'll look to throw again.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Throws the out route, and he's got it complete to Hines. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another 1st down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Hughes. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
That's George Karlaftis, who fought his way through the line to bury him. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And here now the punter Fox as he sends this one away.
And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive.
And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Now Mahomes. And he will find his man on the outside.
And he will have a Chiefs first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
Mahomes now on first down. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. Past the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and this is one of the best runs you'll see. A lot of times on these long touchdowns, you'll see he gets into the end zone untouched, but not here. He fought his way through contact, and it barely even registered, and he just continued down the field all the way to the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
They made the decision to go for 2. They didn't get it. They remained down by 2 points. Should they have kicked it there?
Third quarter, I'm okay with it. Maybe first or second, you don't. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, again, I keep coming back to I don't like to chase a lot of points, but I also don't know what kicking an extra point being down 1 does for me.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Toronto's offense ready to take over.
Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
They'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave them with 2nd and a yard. Here's Hines. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Hughes. He'll find Hines out of the backfield. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
This is Hines.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 45-yard line. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now a handoff up the middle. Chambers. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Here's Hughes on 3rd down. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And it will push the lead up to 5.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
And now here comes Kansas City.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were in the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes eluding the pressure right.
Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson.
As I was watching the play unfold, my eyes immediately went to the referee because I wanted to see, was he going to put those 2 hands over his head, that universal signal for a safety? But it's at the 1-yard line. You know you're playing with fire when you get sacked that close to the goal line.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Here's Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down.
Not the kind of gain that we'll go absolutely crazy for, but it's the kind of gain that you need to have when you're running back in the NFL. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, with that low center of gravity and strength, he's going to get those tough, pretty yards for you when necessary.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. To throw is Hughes on 1st down. Got his man. It's Williams.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
Back to throw. Hughes being chased out left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Looking to throw. Hughes throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 21. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time you wait for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Hughes now on 1st and 10. He'll check this down to Hines.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back to Toronto, as it looks like we are just about set and ready to begin with the fourth. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
This one no doubt important for Matt Gay. This to put him a touchdown and a 2-point conversion up. Gay's kick is good, and that'll push the lead up to 8. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over.
And remember, despite giving up the field goal, this is still a 1-score game. They're in need of the touchdown and a 2-point conversion. A field goal on this drive likely doesn't do them much good. The drive will begin with a run by Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now here's Mahomes. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Boy, that was certainly well read defensively, and the key to any screenplay is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackled him for just a short gain.
Here's Michael Palardy now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line.
Jamison Williams out onto the field as his guys take over on offense.
They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good too.
As over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Back to throw. Hughes. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
How about that? One of the so-called little guys putting the pressure on. That was the strong safety. When I was in college, we often called that a lightning blitz.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. Under pressure, they got him again.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 7 times and could use another right now. This will be 3rd and a mile. Looking to throw. Hughes. Completing it to the right side. Johnson. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10.
KC's offense ready to take over. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep. And he'll take this one down to the 36. On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Mahomes to throw once more. And that is incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Butker's kick here is good, and that'll get the lead down to 5. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
Toronto's offense ready to take over.
They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
Now, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Back to throw. Hughes. Quick slant complete to Keenan Allen. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On second down now, it's Hines.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 52 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Chambers, and he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Now Hughes looking to throw on 2nd down.
He's got this to Williams, complete.
And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A really nice gain of 25 yards. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Forced out under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. A big win there defensively on 2nd and goal. A loss of 7, and it brings up 3rd.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it's caught. Touchdown. T.J. Hockenson. Beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game.
And the Thunderbirds add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, he might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
On 1st down, Mahomes.
They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire.
No gain on the screen there at 2nd down. Throwing now is Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelce. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
Another pass into the reliable hands of Kelce.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Mahomes to throw it. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Meanwhile, Mahomes throw into the hands here of Hardman. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Mahomes firing complete. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. This is caught. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it'll be a turnover. This is going the other way.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing to, having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
Now this offense back, and now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
And this is caught for a touchdown. So hang on now. Things just got a little bit more interesting here in the final minute. Extra point by Butker is on target. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
34, Chiefs 29.
So still a chance with just over 20 seconds to go, but they need to get this one back, no doubt. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On 1st down, it's Chambers. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. They'll keep it up. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Chambers. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember...